Secondly, he is mentioning about the children, Mufti Taqi Usmani Sabra. He says that teach your child not to urine in holes. You know, they go outside the plane. Now they don't rush back in the toilet. Take down right there, 2, 3 years, 3, 4, urine in a hole. And the jinn lives in the holes. The jinn live in those holes. You have now disturbed a jinn and his whole family. In the night now you are disturbed the whole night. That jinn doesn't come for you, his whole family comes for you. Anytime you break a jinn, and breaking a jinn, 2 methods Mufti has mentioned. One is urine in a hole. Normally we have seen that one comes, the whole family comes. And normally they love bones. The jinn, they feed on bones. Especially, you know, the cow heel soup. Big bones, junks. They love that. They feed on that. You take that and you hit it one shot. You didn't know a jinn is feeding there. You killed it or something happened. Not that is coming, the whole family coming. A whole side coming. You know, like sometimes your lasha boy say, all right, take it cool, no problem. He go and bring a full pussy now. Now the whole night you can't sleep. The whole night you cannot sleep. That jinn will never come immediately after you. He goes 99% and inform his family of what has taken place. That family collects everyone and they come after you. Now what happened now? Whole night you cannot sleep. So teach that child, do not urine in the hole. Teach that child, do not crack bones. Number 4, teach that child. Normally, we play a game, they play a game all over the world, hopscotch. Or with one foot. Wearing one slipper, just one side, it's against the sunnah. Not permissible, it's against the sunnah. If you wear, you either bare feet, without anything, or you have on your 2 slippers. Do not wear one. And wearing one alone, you are attracting a group of shayateen which are only, just like you have the walhan, which are only for the wuzu area. You have khanzaq, which are only for the namaz. You have a'war, you have for adultery. You have masood, all the different types of jinns. There is one specially for this hopscotch. It attracts them. It attracts that jinn, and that child can fall, he can break his foot. Something can happen with that child. Do not go against the sunnah. If you go against the sunnah, what you are doing, you are attracting the jinns towards you. And the 5th he mentioned, which normally takes place in the dehat, the village area, is normally, you know, in the village area, you put a hammock below a tree. And he says 90% of the experience that we are having in the world today of those children who cry in the night is because of that hammock they are rocking below a tree in the day. And one of the things is most of the trees, the jinn love trees. So seeing a small baby, a nice something rocking below a tree, it attracts. It's such an attraction for the jinn. Especially after Maghrib. No way after Maghrib the children should be seen outside. And the attraction is not really seeing a child rocking, no. Especially in those trees that are not fully flowered. So what is happening, again sunnah, that the sun is hitting and the shade is there. Wherever there is sun, your body half is in sun and half is in shade. This brings the disease leprosy. But the Prophet ﷺ has manner. He has forbid that you should not sit in half sun and half shade. Either you want to sit in the sun, take a suntan. Either you want to sit in the shade, sit in the shade. But most of the time in those hammocks, the sun is out. So it's on the child and the shade is on the child. This is what attracts. It's like a mirror. You attract a jinn immediately. So the children are such that they are attracted by these things he has mentioned. And especially, last of all, he has mentioned that they should not leave the houses after Maghrib Salah. That is the time, Aghliq Bab, you should close the door, out the lights. You should put everything in place. This is the time for the children to sleep. That is the time shaitan comes with his forces and spread all over. That is why a person now takes up the child now after Maghrib now to go down supermarket, to go here, to go there. Comes in the night now. Shaitan comes and he touches that child. Child is screaming whole night. So this is how we can protect the children from these jinnats. And we can protect ourselves also. We need to protect ourselves. And the ulamas have mentioned that most of the time, a jinn interferes with another person is when that person is unable to control his gaze. Because that is the time, for example, a woman is driving and that woman eyes falls on a man. So she have committed a what? That's a sin there. Not just fall, a lust, a desire. Then what happened? The angels who are there protecting immediately just come out. Then who enters? That person of lust, there are such vibrations that that person doesn't even know that she is looking at that person. The jinns and the bad influence jinns around that person comes immediately to that woman. She is on guard. Her protection has gone. She has broken her command. And what happens? She sleeps in the night. Now she dreams that person. How does she dream that person? That jinn that came from that person came here and now puts the dreams to her. Similarly for the man. So the ulamas have mentioned, it's either a jinn comes on you for no reason or for some reason whatsoever. It possesses a person. You need to treat that. Or it's either through the gaze. Very important to control the gaze. And for this, the ulamas have mentioned, in the books of hadith, there are so many narrations. Recite the verse of the throne. Recite A'udhu bi kalimatillahi tammati min sharri ma 3 times. Recite these first 3 ayats of Surah Mu'minin. Recite Falaq, An-Nas, Mu'awwazatain. Recite Surah Jinn. So many different narrations. What our ulamas have recommended is, if you can read Arabic, the book called Manzil. There's a book called Manzil. Nobody can say it's not authentic. This is only from Maulana Zakaria Rahmatullah. He has his Manzil. Maulana Ashraf Ali Thanwi Rahmatullah. Only ayats of Quran. Ayats of Quran for protection. For the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you read it, Allah would protect you from anything coming from you. The jinns are surrounding you, waiting for you. I asked a question to one of my ustad, my teacher. I said, I don't understand a question that if a person always in the zikr of Allah, every day you reciting, every day after Fajr, Bismillah, Ayatul Kursi, you have full trust in Allah, everything, and yet still a jinn on him. Isn't it so? And if you see the jinn, normally, most of our akabir and big buzrugs and ulama of deen, they are affected. And these are the ones who are in the full amals. Why is it so? So he mentioned that it is not amals for them. It is time. For example, every morning I recite, for example, let us say this brother did me something. He did something to me and I recite my dua every day. That cannot come in me. That cannot come. But it will circle me. It hasn't gone. It will always be around me. So every day I'm reciting A'udhu bi kalimatillahi tammati min sharri ma. Every day I'm reciting it. The day I didn't recite it, immediately it comes in. Or the day I delay in reciting it, it comes in. Time. So for the awam and the people, they have mentioned the best is the manzil. Recited morning, recited evening. And if you want to be protected from all the forces of jinnat, the key is wudu. Always stay in the state of wudu and ablution. Why? Because the jinns are made out of fire and wudu is water. Water can extinguish fire. They cannot come close to you when you are in the state of